Everyone in your organization is telling you to go faster, shift faster, decide faster, move faster. And if you're a leader, you're probably passing that same pressure down to your team. But I want to tell you something that took me years to really believe or work on. The fastest way to the right outcome often requires slowing down first. Not always, not everywhere, but in the right moments. Slowing down is the highest leverage that you can do. Now in this video, I'm going to share the 3 specific moments where slowing down has saved me and my team that I've led of months of wasted work. Stay with me because the third one is the one that most people get it wrong. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Teresa. I'm a leadership and career coach based in Melbourne, Australia. And this channel is all about helping you do great work and make sure it's seen. Because effort alone isn't enough. You need clarity, influence, and confidence. And if that sounds useful for you, make sure to subscribe to this channel for practical strategies you can use at work. Here is a speed trap. We worship speed, move fast and break things, ship early, iterate often. And look, there's real wisdom in that. But somewhere along the way, we started confusing speed with progress. We started confusing activities with achievements. So here's what actually happens when speed becomes the goal rather than the tool. You rush into execution before you've understood the real problem. You skip planning because it just feels slow. You avoid difficult conversations because they take time, and you build on shaky foundations because stopping, even for a moment, feels like losing momentum. Then 3 things happen. You build the wrong thing, you pile up technical or organization debt that slows you down for months, sometimes years, and you burn out your team chasing a vision of speed that was never going to go where you needed to go. Now, the paradox here is clarity is faster than confusion. Good foundation are faster than constant rework. So let's talk about exactly when to slow down and what that actually looks like in practice. Number 1 is slow down to understand the actual problem. So someone comes to you and says, hey, we need to redesign the homepage. Now the fast response is, great, let's start designing. You feel productive and you are moving. The slow response is, why? What's not working today? What does the data show? What outcome are we going to try to actually achieve? Now those questions feel like a delay. They're not. They're protecting you for spending months solving the wrong problem entirely. So I worked with a fintech company that noticed their mobile app had poor engagement. Their immediate instinct was to redesign the interface, cleaner UI, better flows, more modern look. Look, it made sense on the surface. But when they slowed down to actually investigate, we found that the real issue, users didn't really trust entering their bank details on the mobile device. No redesign in the world was going to fix a trust problem. What we did was we needed a security badge, social proofing, clear privacy messages, and by slowing down, taking a couple of weeks to talk to customers and dig into the data, we saved 3 months of design work that could have completely missed the mark. So what does slowing down here actually looks like? It's about talking to your customers, examining the data you have, challenge your assumptions out loud, get specific about what success looks like before a single line of code is written. Now this might take days, sometimes a couple of weeks, but it routinely saves months of building in the wrong direction. The speed at which you start is completely irrelevant if you're heading the wrong way. Now number 2 is slow down to build proper foundation. You're starting something new, a product, a system, or even a team structure. The fast approach, start immediately, get something working, ship it. Figure it out as you go. Sometimes that works. Often it creates a mess that haunts you for years. No clear architecture, no clear data model, no thought given to scale, maintenance, or how things behave when it breaks. You ship fast and then you spend the next 12 months fighting the debt you created in the first place. Now Canva is one of the most famous examples for this. At some certain point in their growth, they made a painful decision to stop shipping new features for 2 years while they rewrote their core code base. 2 years? Think about the pressure in that room. But it was the foundation work that allowed them to scale to where they are today.
We were doing a front-end rewrite, and we thought it would take about 6 months. It was really important because it was critical for cross-platform. It was critical for right to left. It was critical because we could only have 5 people working in our editor at any point in time because of the way the code base was structured. And we thought it was going to take 6 months, and then it took 2 years. And it was 2 years of not shipping any product, 2 years of a product company not being able to ship product. And like, that is such a core motivation for our team, is like shipping something, seeing great customer feedback, and then that kind of makes everyone feel happy, and like you've got momentum. And it just felt like we're in a dark, dark tunnel, that we could hardly see the end of the tunnel. And we didn't really know how long it was going to take, because it just had to take as long as the tunnel was going to take. And it was, a very hard time because, other people would be launching this and that. And we weren't. Eventually we got out of that tunnel, and it was extremely important that we did that work. We've now got 2,500 engineers, and we're able to deliver amazing things that would have just like been completely infeasible. But and simultaneous collaboration was all, like, so many things were baked into this. But yeah, it was not a fun period of time. A product company not shipping product is not really a recipe for fun.
I saw a smaller version of this play out on a team I joined. Everybody was moving fast, working on whatever seemed most urgent. No clear ownership, no defined processes. The result was constant duplicated work. Features that conflicted with each other, the team members constantly stepping on each other's toe. We spent 2 weeks doing absolutely nothing except slowing down. We defined who owned what, how decisions got made, how changes got communicated. It felt painful, slow in the moment, but our velocity literally doubled in weeks that followed, because we've stopped untangling the same chaos over and over and over again. Foundation aren't just technical, they're also structural, they're also cultural. And the time you spent in them at the start pays back many times over again. The last one is slow down to make hard decisions. Now, this is the one that I see leaders get wrong most often, because it's the one where pressure to just decide feels intense. The team is debating 2 approaches, both have real merits. The decision is taking time, and the pressure from above is just pick one and move on. But here's the thing, the quality of that decision will shape months of work. Rush it, you either pick the wrong or you create misalignment that quietly slows everything down for the rest of the project or that product. I was on a product team that was facing exactly this. We had to decide building a mobile native app or go web first with fully optimized mobile experience. Now, the competitor was launching so many features on the app, stakeholders wanted to show something, the team was ready to build. Now, the easy call would have been, mobile is the future, let's build an app. One meeting, gut feel, start sprinting. Instead, I slowed it down. Over 2 weeks, we built lightweight prototypes of both approaches, interviewed 30 target users about how and where they actually worked, mapped out the full technical implication of each path, and pulled the data on where the users spent most of the time. It turned out 75% of the target audience accessed similar tools on desktop during work hours. Now, the decision was web first, not because it was easier, because it was right. That 2 week slowdown meant the whole team understood the reasoning and stood behind it. Nobody second guessed it 6 months in. We avoided hiring premature iOS and Android specialists, and we shipped product in 4 months instead of the 8 months of dual native build that would have taken back then. Now, the competitor who rushed to native, they eventually had to rebuild the whole website anyway, so they had to do twice the work. 2 weeks of slowing down saved our 4 months of building the wrong thing. Now, the real insight here isn't for you to just go slow. It's to be intentional about where speed actually matters. Speed matters in execution once the problem is very clear. Speed matters in getting in front of real customers. Speed matters in adapting when feedback comes in. Speed does not matter in problem definition. It does not matter in foundational decisions. It does not matter in building alignment before you build anything. Now, the moments when you're most under pressure, when resources are tight, when everybody wants things faster, when your senior leadership is pushing hard. Those are exactly the moments you need to slow down on what matters. Because rushing past clarity, rushing past foundation, rushing past hard decisions, that's not speed, that's expensive waste dressed up as momentum. So the question I want to leave you with isn't how fast can you go? It's what deserves time and what deserves speed. Get that right and you'll constantly outpace the teams who are just running faster in the wrong direction. Now, if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.